Hello everyone, very good evening. Firstly, I would like to welcome you all for the session today, that is Python programming and SQL EDL program day 2. Yeah, before we get into the session, I would like to give you an idea how you can access our ExcelR's dashboard team. By the way, this is Leela here from ExcelR's EDL team. So now I'm going to give you a brief introduction regarding the LMS dashboard access and how you can access recordings, materials and everything. Okay, so yeah, can you please give me the, can you please stop sharing the screen, Kishore? Team, I hope I am clearly audible to you all. Can anybody confirm me?
Yeah, Leela.
Yeah, thanks for the confirmation. Yeah, I'm sharing my screen, team, and yeah. So team, please listen it carefully and do not do anything when I'm explaining. Okay, so I believe that you already aware this kind of registration form where you have given all your details and have registered for this particular program. Okay, this is the registration link you might have received from your college coordinators or else from our ExcelR social media platforms, right? So as soon as you register for this particular program by filling all these details, you would have received an email from ExcelR saying that welcome to ExcelR. Okay, I'll show you that email as well. So this is the email which you have received from ExcelR's team, right? So if you can clearly observe this email, you would see a link in this email that is to set your password. So if you can click on this link, you will be able to set your password, and then you can actually come to this URL where it is mentioned in the last line of the email, that is https onlinelearning.excelr.com. Okay, this is the first email which you would have received after registering to this particular program. And then once the course access has been given to you, you would also receive an email from ExcelR saying that welcome to the Python programming and SQL EDL program. Okay, after setting up your password, you can actually log in into the dashboard using your registered email ID and the password which you have set up using this first email. Okay, I will navigate you the steps as well. So please pay attention and do it. So team, I would again repeat the steps. So this is the registration form. Do not get confused. It has been shared to you through your college coordinators or else you can get it from our social media platforms. And then you, after receiving all the emails, you can set your password and then you can actually log in into our LMS dashboard. And remember this, do not click on this register button over in this platform, that is onlinelearning.excelr.com. Do not register here. This is the URL where you need to register. If you are unable to register for the program, we will share you the link in the chat window as well, but do not click register here in this platform. Okay, so you see three options here. One is sign in, store and register. Do not do anything with register. You can log in into the dashboard using sign in option after you register for this program. Okay, so on the web browser, you can type onlinelearning.excelr.com and go to the platform. Click on sign in. Click on sign in. Just give me a second, team. It is loading. Team, just give me a second. It is taking longer time to respond. Yes. Yeah, I'm giving my credentials, that is my registered email ID and the password which I have set up for the platform. Yes. So as soon as I entered my registered email ID and the password, I will actually redirect it to the platform of LMS. Okay. So where I will be seeing few tabs over here. Just allow some time, it is getting loaded. Okay, so team, I believe you all can see few options are available on my dashboard or else on my desktop screen, right? So I'll see the first tab as home. Okay, so under home, what I will actually see is whatever the classes or courses access I have. So I have many courses access here. So I'll be looking at it, into them. And also, if you observe clearly on your right hand side under today's session tab, you will be able to see an option to join the session of that particular course you enrolled. Okay, so as this is Python programming and SQL day 2, so I can see a join option appearing on my screen. So this is the first way how you can join the session every day. Okay, so every day when there is a session, it is especially on weekdays, right? So you can visit our LMS dashboard and this is the first option how you can join the session. Okay, under your right hand side under today's session tab, you will see a join button. So if you can click on here, you will be redirected to Zoom platform. When you click on proceed, you can actually attend the session. Okay, as I'm already in the session, I'm not trying it now. So this is the first first step. And there is a second step to join the session. So you all can see this classroom access in your dashboard, which is Python programming and SQL EDL program. Okay, so if you can click on this right side arrow, you will be redirected to that particular classroom where you see two options again. One is curriculum and the second one is meet. So click on this meet and again you see a calendar appearing on your screen. So that is 6th October 2022 and this is the day 2 of the session, right? So again you see the same thing what you have seen your today's session tab. So this is the second way to join the session. So either of these two ways work for you to attend the session. So apart from this, by any chance, if you are unable to attend the Zoom session, still you want to view the live recording, there are two options. One is YouTube Live. You can visit ExcelR's YouTube channel and view the recording or view the live session happening in our ExcelR's YouTube channel. And the second way is, team, clearly observe this. The second way is, if you go to curriculum tab, you will see few options. One is attendance submission, second is live sessions. So click on this live sessions. If you click on day 2 Python programming, you can actually see the live happening here. Whatever you see in the Zoom platform will be reflected in your LMS dashboard itself without joining Zoom as well. You can see the live happening here as well. It is taking some time to respond. Yeah, so if you click on this play button, you will see the live happening parallelly in the dashboard itself without attending Zoom session. Okay, so this is the second way. In case if you are unable to join Zoom because of limit issues, you can view the first thing YouTube live, or else second thing what you can do is you can come to the curriculum tab, under that live sessions tab, and day 2, if you can click on this play button, you see the live happening. Okay, these are the two ways if you miss to join the Zoom session. And also these live sessions are helpful to you as a recording for your future reference. Suppose if you visit tomorrow the LMS dashboard, you can still see these recordings available in your LMS. Okay, these are kind of reference purpose for you for the future as a recordings of the sessions. Okay, so this is how you can actually attend the sessions and view the live recordings happening. Okay, team, and coming to the curriculum tab. So this curriculum tab has few segments. I'll let you know everything clearly. So the very first thing is attendance submission. On your left hand side, if you observe clearly, you will see attendance submission. So if you can click on this attendance submission, this is the attendance link where you need to give your response. So why we ask you for the attendance response in the sense? So if you attend everyday session, and if you acquire or if you get 60% of the attendance for this particular program, after completion of this program within 7 working days, we will give you participation certificate for this Python programming and SQL EDL program of ExcelR. Okay, team, I'm repeating this again. If you submit your response every day, and if you acquire out of 15 days, if you acquire 60% of attendance, 60 or more than 60%, then we will give you the participation certificate for this Python programming and SQL EDL program. So that is why we are asking you to submit your response in order to calculate your attendance. Fine. So you can actually get this feedback link in the session. We will share you in the chat window. If you don't see the link shared to you in the chat window or YouTube live streaming, you can come to the LMS, and at LMS curriculums tab, the first thing is attendance submission, and you can click over here and you will give your access. Sorry, you can give your response. And remember, this link is active in between 8:30 to 9:30 only. So you have to give your response after 8:30 and before 9:30. Okay. And the second thing in the curriculum tab is live sessions. As I already explained you can use these live sessions as recordings. You can refer these recordings whenever you want to do in future. And coming to the third tab, which is assignments. So once the program is done, for your practice purpose, we will upload few assignments here, and you can work on those assignments and test your knowledge. Whatever you have gained from the training, you can test your knowledge, or where you are standing your preparation level. You can do it by doing assignments uploaded here in the dashboard. Okay, so that is how the assignments help you. And also after 1 week, once the assignments uploaded, after 1 week to that, we will also upload answers for this assignment. So you can compare the assignment answers with your solutions and you can refer it. And coming to the last tab, which is reference materials. So under reference materials, you will find all the materials uploaded. Whatever our trainer is going to show you or explain you in the session will be available in this reference materials tab. You can come to this tab and you can click on this PDFs available and refer this. So this way you can refer these PDFs, and there are few adjustments where if you want you can do it. So if you can click on this, the PDF will be visible to you full screen, and you can adjust this also slide view. So anyways you can do it, and this is how you can access our materials. So once the session is done, we will upload all the materials and you can access them. And once the program is done, we will also upload assignments of this program or course. You can test your knowledge. And under live sessions, all the recorded sessions will be available. You can refer them. And finally, after attending the session, by any chance, if you miss to attend the Zoom session, you can join the sessions from live sessions or else YouTube streaming. And when it comes to the attendance submission, you can come to this curriculum tab and attendance submission. You can give your response at 8:30 or in between 8:30 to 9:30. Clear, team? Or any questions? You can ask me in the chat window. I'll address them. Rahul, if it is showing an error, please refresh your web browser or else try in incognito mode. So PDFs are available in the dashboard itself. They are not downloadable. Aarti, you need not to submit any assignments after this program. The assignments are purely to help you and to test your knowledge by your own. You need not to submit anywhere. Okay. Yep. Thanks for the confirmation in the chat window, team. So yeah, can anybody from ExcelR team post the registration link in the chat window? Yes, 3 week it seems. That is why I mentioned the alternative ways to join the session 3 week. Like if your friend wants to join the session, by any chance, if he is unable to join the Zoom session, he can still view the YouTube stream happening, or else in the LMS, he can refer live sessions tab. Under that, the live will be appearing on his screen. Okay.
Leela?
Yeah, hi.
Hi. Link has been posted.
Okay, thank you. This course is for all the students and professionals as well who wants to skill up their knowledge. Everybody can join the sessions and skill their knowledge. Yes, Hunain, I already have mentioned, as this program ends, if you acquire 60% of attendance by submitting your feedback or attendance every day, we will calculate your attendance. And if you acquire more than 60% or 60% of the attendance, we will give you the course completion, participation certificate within 7 business working days. Okay. Assignments will be available once the program is done. We have not uploaded any assignments in the tab, team. Once we upload, you will be able to see them and you can download them. So if anybody is facing issues to sign in, you can actually drop an email to edl@excelr.com. Our team will assist you on the same. Okay. Anjali, please refresh your dashboard, or else I think you have to search using onlinelearning.excelr.com URL. onlinelearning.excelr.com. Okay. Yes, Pavan, you can access the recordings under live sessions tab. For these 2 days, you see the recordings available by tomorrow. Yesterday's, like the first day session is already available, and today's session recording will be available by or else today after the session happening. Okay. So whenever we start a course, we will actually intimate you through your college coordinators and through our social media platforms. If you are interested, you can keep on registering for the courses and we will be giving you the access continuously. Okay. So yes. So yes, team. And I would like to let you know one more thing. That is, if you see in your dashboard by any chance, this pop-up, under home tab, if you see this pop-up, that is verify your email. If you have not verified your email yet, please click on this recent verification email and get your email verified. Otherwise, your account will be inactive after 14 days. So one is supposed to verify their email for sure. So try doing this. If you have already verified, do not do anything. Okay. Yeah, I hope I addressed all the queries. In case if you have any queries, or in case if you want to connect with us, please drop us an email at edl@excelr.com. Our team will assist you on the same. Okay. So team, regarding registration and all, if you have not received any kind of emails, kindly check your spam or any promotion mail folders in your mail tab. Other than inbox, please check all the mail folders. So you will be receiving emails from ExcelR. Sometimes it may go to promotions as well. Please kindly check all your mail folders. So I would like to wish you very all the best and have a great learning with ExcelR solutions. And thank you, team. So we have our trainer already joined the session. So I'll be handovering him to the session. Yeah. Hi, Vitarko.
Thanks, Leela. Thanks a lot. That was very elaborate and detailed. Friends, while Madam speaking or Sir speaking, please focus. Yeah, you will miss out very interesting things and important things as well. Don't ask me what's the difference between compilers and interpreters at that time. That's not the right time. Okay. Yeah, don't miss out. Yeah. Okay. Please focus. Thanks a lot, Leela. Thank you, everybody. Welcome back, bright young minds. So I am confident you had a very good time yesterday, the Dussehra festival, Dussehra holidays. Hindi, please. I can do it. Okay, I will try to mix Hindi and English, if that helps. Sumit? Yeah? Hindi, English mix करके बोलने का कोशिश करेंगे, प्रयत्न करेंगे. ठीक है? So what we did last day over here, can I have a quick recap? Good evening. Yes, good evening, everybody. Tadunashri says good evening. Okay, right. So we took off with the study of Python in right earnest. And can somebody summarize for me what we had done last week, last day rather, sorry. Nikhila says type ID functions. Good evening, sir. Yes, Pavan, good evening. Warm good evening to all of you. Rules of identifier. Yeah, very good. Identifiers. Okay, right. History of Python. That's interesting. Very good. Naming conventions. Right. Good evening, sir. Good evening, ma'am. I'm learning data analysis lecture. How to attend data analysis lecture. Aditi, concentrate on Python right now. Can you recall yesterday's class, please? Narendra, there was no class yesterday, day before yesterday. That's what we are doing right now. Vishnuvardhan says true and false. Yes, we stopped at identifiers. Okay, basics of computers, classes and IDs, right away, language syntax. Okay, very good. Comparison of Python with other languages. Yes, you guys are awesome. You have remembered everything and you have come back. Thanks a lot, guys. Right, so please pep me up. I have got 1.5 hours to spend with you. Pep me up by liking, subscribing and sharing our YouTube channel. Do put in a few encouraging words for us. Yeah, that would do a world of wonders. Right, so as we proceed now today, before I take up again, Nishant was asking me, what is the difference between compiler and what, Nishant? You wanted to answer me, compilers and guys, what was the other thing I had told? What are the two types of translators? Yeah, interpreter. Good, very good. Compilers and interpreters. Right. Yes. Thank you. Thank you, all of you. So compilers and interpreters, they do the same task. They're basically translators. Whereas the compiler actually goes through the entire source code that you have written, translates it at one shot, checks for syntax errors, checks for the basic rules of grammar that should have been followed. Yeah, and then compiles the whole code into what? Into a machine readable code, right? At one shot. So compilers actually take time, a bit of time to execute the code, whereas they are pretty good because once the entire thing is done, it's done forever. An object file sort of is generated and you can go on executing boom, boom, boom like that. Whereas with interpreters, what happens is interpretation, as the name suggests, one line at a time. Again, please concentrate. The topics you mentioned in the post are well enough for campus jobs. Thank you, Nitish. PPT will be available to us later. Ma'am just now told it. That's why I said that just focus. Assembler, right? You can keep aside the assembler now. Okay. So interpreters, they're one line at a time jobs. So basically each line is taken up, translated and executed. Okay, so that's why it said that interpreters actually help you to execute the code fast, but they're somewhat slower compared to compilers. Okay, so this much difference, if you remember, it's good enough for you to clear your interviews. If they ask you in the interview this question, it's good enough. For more details, I will refer you something. I had opened this link for you. As I said, this this page is quite good. This website program is. So I'm sharing this with you, everybody. What is the difference between compiler and interpreter? Save this code or save this web page. Okay, go through this article for more details. Okay. Now, coming back to the topic for today. So we had stopped at the basic do's and don'ts, the basic grammars that Python gives you, right? It tells you that variable lengths can be anything. It says you that an identifier must start with capital A to capital Z, small a to small z, or an underscore, followed by 0 or more letters. You can't put in special characters like at the rate of dollar, etc., etc. You will get an error. Identifier names are case sensitive. We have seen that also. And we also saw that Python doesn't allow spaces within an identifier, right? So these were the do's and don'ts. Now, there are some good conventions that we will follow while naming an identifier. What are the good conventions? Like most of us have good names, right? Somebody's name might be Nishit, somebody's name might be Raghav, but we won't usually name our children or our family members like Ong Bong Chung, right? We won't do that, correct? So although we can do it, we don't do it. So these are good naming conventions. Similarly, Python has got a few good naming conventions. And what are they? So class names start with uppercase. So yesterday, last class, we had discussed what is a class name. And here's how a class is defined. Class, this is a keyword for defining class. We give a name, say fish. Then we give something like this. Now forget for the moment what is this pass and all that, we will discuss it. But this is how a class name is started. Does it mean that if I do with a small letter, it won't work? Not at all. But it's a naming convention, which is good to follow. Starting an identifier with a single leading underscore indicates that the identifier is private. Now, I want you to just hear it out and don't worry, break your heads over it because the details will follow you in the subsequent classes. So this is a naming convention which is perfectly valid, but it means that this is a private identifier. Starting an identifier name with 2 leading underscores means it's a strongly private identifier. Okay. Now again, nothing much to be worried about, but it's there. Starting a name with 2 leading underscores and ending it with 2 leading underscores as well means it's a special name, language defined special name. And what does it mean? Again, just wait for a few more classes. You will get the gist of it. Okay. So now, next thing is there are a few words which are reserved by the programming language. These are called as reserved keywords. Yes, Hayat, space between class and fish is necessary. That's correct. Right. So, in olden days, even leave olden days, I have heard that in North Korea, there are certain names which the people can't name their child with. Okay. Especially the names King, Kim, and all these. You can't name your child. So, why? Is it reserved names? Similarly, there are a few words in Python which you can't use while naming your identifiers. You will get an error. These are the names. Now I want you to have a quick look at this. Like false, class, finally, is, return. And remember, these reserved keywords are something which you will start using as you start programming. Okay, these are Python defined names. You can't name them. I can't use the reserved keyword false and say it is 20. Okay, so it will say cannot assign to false. Or I can't say break equals to 1. So I get an error. Now these reserved keywords are something that we will go through. But as Leela ma'am showed you, you can please open up the PDFs in your dashboards and go through them in your spare time at your own convenience. Develop a familiarity with these. Done. Next is comments. Now before I proceed with the meaning of comments, before I tell you what comments means, what it does, I want you to understand one thing, friends, that is, a good programmer is not one who writes tons and tons of code, but a good programmer is one who can actually write meaningful code and explain it with proper words as well. So when I write for I in range 5, print I, my output might be correct, but if you have to read this code, would you understand anything out of it? Heads and tails of it? Suppose you are a new person. Would you? You think if you have no idea of Python programming language, you would understand? It wouldn't. Now think this 2 lines would throw you off gear. What if I have written 1000 lines like this, 5000 lines like this? I have written this code and left the project and gone out and I've given it over to you. How many sleepless nights would you spend? Okay, so a good programmer first writes a good design document in which he or she puts down what she or he is going to do, why she or he is going to do it, and what are the steps that will lead to what she or he is doing. Remember the cooking example that we discussed last class? You have a recipe, right, which you follow. So that recipe has been written by a good cook, by a good chef. So be those good chefs. So whenever you write a piece of code, try to illustrate it with good comments with a design document. I will tell you what is a design document. So what I'm going to do here right now is I'm going to put a multi-quote like this and say this means I'm writing a comment line. I am going to loop through 5 numbers, then I am going to print out the number 1 each at a time. Now when I write this comment and then when I put this code, somebody was asking me for a shortcut last day. So in idle, this is what you can do if you want to copy this entire code and bring it. Place the cursor there where it's blinking at the beginning of the line and just press enter. So it comes. So now see my code is understandable by you. So I have looped through 5 numbers, 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 numbers. And I'm going to print them out 1 each at a time. Okay. If I had put a single line comment like this, I would have used hash. I am going to then loop through 5 numbers and print them out. Okay, so this hash means a comment. The interpreter understands that you have written a comment. It won't act anything on it. It will consider it as a comment only. Okay, good. So you have understood the basics of comments. Now, next thing is code blocks and line indentation. Clear till this point? Repeat again. Swapnil, what do you want me to repeat? What do you want me to repeat, Swapnil? Comment. Thank you, Nikhila. Okay, Mr. Enes, you want me to repeat what? Comment? Can you repeat comments once again? Okay, I will repeat. Okay. Look, you tell me one thing, my dear. Suppose there's a function going on in your house. Okay. And you ask people to come to your house, right? So you call them up and explain them why the function is, what is the purpose, what time the function is happening. Right? Or do you expect them to come without knowing anything? Yes or no? I'm asking you a very practical example. You have a function in your house, you want your friend to attend it. You will call that friend up and comment on why the person, why he is invited, what is the function for, and when he has to come. Right? Only then your friend understands the gravity of it. हाँ भाई सुमित, है ना? तो आप क्या करोगे? कॉल करोगे, बताओगे कि भाई आप आओ इस तारीख, इसलिए आओ और ये मेरे लिए इतने अहम है कि आपको आना ही है, नहीं तो आपका फ्रेंड सोचेगा अरे कोई फुद्दू वजह से कॉल कर रहा है मुझे, थोड़े ही जाएंगे. ठीक है, तो कमेंट्स वैसे ही है. Comment declaration acts as a context basis. Shubham, I didn't understand what that means. Comment means just you explain to the person what your code does. Let me show you an example. Here's a code. आप लोग को एक कोड दिखाते हैं, आप देखो and try to see if this makes sense to you. Okay, just give me a moment. I'm trying to open up something. अब देख रहे हो? This is a program which I have to write. Okay, this is a big program. So what I have done, see, if I had just written the code, would the person who is going through the program later, would he understood heads or tails of it? No, right? So I have taken the onus of writing down the design. I have said what I am going to do. All these are comments. देख रहे हो मैं आपसे वार्तालाप कर रहा हूं इस पे. My user, I am talking to you using comments. I have written down what is my design. Then what am I doing in a particular function? Again, see, I have written down. कभी कभार मैं लाइन बाय लाइन में लिख रहा हूं क्या करने वाला हूं मैं. So you see, understand what is the importance of a comment. Thanks a lot. Yeah, thanks a lot, Trivikram. Okay, Hayat, I will answer that. Wait, please wait till I come to the section of codes and indentation. Himadri, I understand you don't understand Hindi, so I am speaking in English also. Yeah, I'm speaking in both the languages, guys. Please, let's be benevolent to each other. There are some people who are not very good with English. Be empathetic with them. Okay, appreciate your understanding. Sanskar, I haven't gone to the for loop till now. Don't worry. All those are there. If I finish up everything right now, would you come tomorrow? You won't. So please, my friend, have patience. Pandit ji, namaskar. Shukriya aapko. Dhanyavad. Okay. Sheikh, use of comments in program. I already explained. It is to explain the program, what the program is doing to another person who has not written that program. Even to you, after you have written a program, 6 months down the line, if I ask you what is the meaning of this program, you will stumble. You will say, oh, sochna padega, mujhe have to think. So when you write down these comments and explain to others and to yourself, it makes the code readable, readability of the code. Comments are not ignored by the interpreter, Vakar. They are treated as comments, not as executable program statements per se. Okay, that's it. Yeah. Okay, I think we had a good session on comments. Good that you have so many questions. I am happy you are following and engaging. That's lovely. Okay, now we come to the next section. Indentation and code blocks. Now somebody asked me that why we don't use something like Java. Okay, why we don't use code blocks like Java, opening tags or heading tag in Python, unlike Java. I think Hayat it was. Hayat, you know what? The whole idea of Python is simplicity. Do away with the non-essentials. But even in Python, you will use those things later when you start importing libraries. Okay, so when you import libraries, you will start using such things. What you have said, the headers like hash include so and so, so and so. Here we use statements like import. Okay, so wait a while. We will also cover those things. Okay, now. So in other languages like C, C++, and Java, you start a block of code with a curly bracket and end it also with a curly bracket. Right? Now think of the situation, my dear. If you have say 100 lines of code, you have done the curly braces opening, closing properly. But at one sub block of code, you just miss out opening or closing the curly bracket, then your code will be stuck. Compilation won't finish. Compilation won't finish and you will go on searching where is the error. So Python did away with all those complexities, that new human frailties. Python knew what happens, humans can fail. Python, तो इन लोग को पता था कि ये इंसान है, मनुष्य है, एक ब्रैकेट खोल सकते हैं तो और एक ब्रैकेट भूल भी सकते हैं. So इसीलिए they did away with all those frailties and they put in a system called as code indentation. Now look at the screen, my dear friends. I hope my screen is visible to all of you. Okay, so here's a block of code. What is a block of code? Like, let me give an example. Suppose you are to go to your college and you know that if I have to board the college bus, I have to get up by 6:30 in the morning. If I miss it, then what do I do? So if and else, see, if I miss the college bus, what do I do? So you have a series of steps which runs in your mind. Else if I can't even do that, what do I do? Okay, so those are like blocks of decision which you have made in your mind. That is what I'm showing you here. So if you see this over here, I have said a number A, it is 10. I'm saying if A less than equal to 10, what will I do? So I give a colon like this here. Okay, and the moment I press it, you see the cursor doesn't start from the beginning of the line. It starts from an indented. There's one space and then it starts blinking. That's because Python has understood that you are creating a sub block of code and it has indented it. Okay, indentation means to remove by a step, by one space. एक space छोड़ के फिर, okay, and then else. Similarly, now see if and else are at the same levels. You say else colon, if not, basically, and you press enter, then this is what happens. Now, I will now ask you to start programming along with me. Okay, so open up your IDEs. Last day, somebody had asked me, how do I save whatever I have done in the IDE? So what you are going to do, my friends, please create a folder for your programs. Like you see, I had created one under my training folder. There's something called as ExcelR. There's something called training. There's something called programs. You can create a folder separately called as programs anywhere you want. Start up the IDE, whatever you're using. Come here. In my case, it's IDLE. So file, new file. And you write the save as. Where do I save? Save it in the path where you have created the programs directory. Okay, programs folder, save it there. And then you type your code out over here. Once you have done, save it, Control S, then press run, F5, run module. So it will happen like this. Now, if you are not following me, what it means, if you are not following me, what it means by if and else, just leave it for the moment. It's called decision making. Understand what the indentation does. First, you do this program, then I will show you a few things. What happens if indentation goes for a toss? Yes, Swapnil, colon is necessary. विवेक, कोलन मिस होने का चांसेस अगर ज्यादा है तो ब्रेसेस मिस होने का चांसेस और भी ज्यादा है. टेक इट फ्रॉम मी, मैं हजार लाइनों का कोड लिखता था सी में. सो ऐसे ही ये लोग सोचे नहीं कि कोलन रखेंगे, ब्रेसेस हटा देंगे. ठीक है, आप अपने साइकोलॉजी देखो. जैसे कोलन करोगे, अगर कोलन नहीं करोगे तो ये इंटरप्रेटेड है, आपका ऐसे ही वो लथाड़ देगा, बोलेगा रुको भाई. Okay, Aditi asks me how to save. Aditi, very simple. File, save as. Go to the folder where you're saving. Open that folder. Go to that folder and save it there. Give a file a proper name. Okay, come on, type this out fast. You have a break from 8 o'clock. So another, yes, Sada, quite a few options. As I said last class, there's IDs like Jupyter Notebook, Google Colab. There's this thing, PyCharm, Spider, whatever you want. Thank you. Yes, Shubham, absolutely fine. Google Colab. Yamin asks me, show the output once. Why, Yamin? Right, run it, no? Please run it. You won't get confidence otherwise. Yeah, good, Prashant. No minute, we don't use semicolon. Again, See, that's the simplicity that Python brings. Lot of things have been done away with so that layman like me also can work on it properly. Yes. Now, one more minute. I'm giving you 1 more minute, my friends. Finish off, please. Finish off. You will get confidence only when you code. Correct. Shiv Pratap has said these braces create a lot of issues. Even sometimes these brackets are reason for program misbehave. Absolutely. I will tell you my example. I spent sleepless nights as a young programmer trying to find out which bracket was missed out. Right now, what I'm going to do is I'm going to do some mischief with this code. Yes, Nikhila, it can be written in double quotes also. Shruti asks me how to install Python idle. Is it first class for you, Shruti? Shruti, I really need to continue with the class. So what you can do for the moment, please search out Google Colab. You can search in internet, Google how to use Google Colab and use it. Okay. Right. So people, here's what I'm going to do now. I'm going to this option, see format didn't region. See this line, look at this line number 4. I place the cursor here. I'm going to come here, format didn't region. Save it, and then I'm going to run it. So you see it gives me a syntax error. Expected an indented block after if statement on line 2. It shows you. So do you see, dear ones, that Python is also a compiled language because it has done the syntax checking first. Yeah, it has not run line number 1 and 2 and then stopped at 4. Okay, so what has happened is that I've reduced the indentation. It expected an indent block. So now what I do, I will come over here, format indent region. Okay. Or suppose now I remove this else like this. I indent it. Now I run it. See, it says invalid syntax. Again, syntax error. Why? Because the proper syntax, the naming convention is if there's an if block, there's an else block. And the if and else has got to be at the same levels like this. So else should be here. So what will I do? I will place my cursor here in front of the else. Format didn't region. Now it works. Sometimes when I have multiple lines of code and they are all across the place, indentation goes over here. Let me see over here. Okay. So hello. Now I run it. Again, it gives me a syntax error because all this indented, but it's not at the right level. So what do? I can do two things. I can select this whole thing like this, these two lines which are within the if block. Format didn't region. Format didn't region. Now both these lines are at the same level. Do you see? Both the lines 4 and 5 are at the same level. Now again select them. How do you select them? Place the cursor here. Shift down arrow. Okay. Then like this. Then the right arrow that is there. Format indent region. This is how you can rectify your indentation and dedentation. Is it too much of a confusion? Vakar, don't worry, those errors and all will come. Abhilasha, we can practice coding on phone. Abhilasha, maybe Google Colab. Yes, Hayat, correct. So basically the positions change resulted in error. You're correct. Otherwise, you should get run option here. You should look at my screen again, Avis. Come here. In the file that you have opened, you have saved the file. See the tab File, Edit, Format, Run. Come here, Run Module. There's no way you won't get it. Yes, Ankita, it shows unexpected indent because the indentation would have gone for a toss. So that is the only one of the big problems that Python will create for you if your indentation is not proper. Okay, see my indentation is all across the place. Will still run. Why? Because it doesn't come into this block. Now let's see. Run. Source must be saved. Okay. See, unexpected indent means it's saying interpreter is telling you, look at this line 5. There's too much of indentation. Why have you given so much indentation? So what you do, run, format, didn't region. Again, one more line. You have to bring both the prints at the same level. Format, didn't region. That's it. Bring them at the same line. Same level. Shruti, if you have installed Python 3.10 properly, you will absolutely get run option or file option. Shukla, yes, this needs practice. Absolutely. Subramaniam, is it better to do an online compiler? You can, but it's always very good to do it properly in your own space because you can save your code. Deepak, there is debug option, but the best debug is to use print statements. We can manually indent it, adding spaces. Yes, Hayat, absolutely you can do it. But this will save you some amount of effort. I don't know, Deepak, why you're not getting run option. If you have opened the file properly, I think you're in the idle shell and you're trying to run over there, not in the main shell. Follow me. File, new file. Have you done like that? Opened it, saved it, and then see if you have a run option or not. Ankita, a little bit you have to just check it. Yeah, I mean, you're right. I will give a break. Let me just answer Ankita. She sent an SOS. Aryan has a new problem. Aryan, you go to Google Colab. ठीक है. जिन लोग को इशू हो रहा है विद इंस्टॉलिंग पाइथन एंड ऑल दीज फलाना टिमका, प्लीज आप लोग गूगल कोलैब में जाओ. मैं पिछले दिन दिखाया था, आज भी एक बार जल्दी से दिखा देता हूँ. गूगल में जाके ऐसे करके सर्च करो गूगल कोलैब, collab.research.com, ऐसे ओपन करो. इसको कोलैबोरेटरी बोलते हैं, शॉर्ट फॉर कोलैबोरेटरी. देखो मैं जैसे एक ऐसे बना के रखा था mypython.ipynb. ठीक है, ऐसे एक न्यू फाइल आप ओपन कर सकते हो, करके उसमें ऑनलाइन रन कर सकते हो, ऐसे जैसे मैं क्या था लास्ट डे. Print by is okay. That's a good question. Print by is outside both if and else. ठीक है, ये execute होगा ही होगा. It will be executed. Right. Okay. So it's already 8:03. Please take a break. 10-minute break quickly. Thanks. Guys, we have taken a break. Those who are asking me, have I slept or not? Will you allow me to sleep? Yeah, so please don't ask meaningless questions. Okay, don't bombard by asking meaningless questions. It saps into my energy and wastes the time of the entire class. Okay, and next time you do it, I will request the admin to please take you out of the session. So please be careful. Yeah, Puram, we will come to that else section later. For the moment, just understand that it means that it's a condition. Okay, it is something like this. In life, you decide, no, if I have this, I will do this. And if I don't have this, I will do this. Okay, it's like that if else condition. Say, if I get this bus, I will get down at this stoppage, or else if I don't get it, I will get down at this stoppage and then walk so and so till so and so area. Okay. Swapnil, indentation block error. Swapnil, please try it out. I can't see your screens, otherwise I would have guided you. Okay. Vishal, you can use any ID you want. I have said in the first class itself, you don't have to depend on what I'm using. If you are okay with VS Code, please go ahead and use VS Code or PyCharm. Dhanusha, I don't know again why people are asking these questions, ExcelR certificates. These things have been discussed last class. Again, today, Leela has also told you. Any certificate adds weightage to your resume, definitely, but it only adds also when you actually know what to program. You don't have any programming experience, or you're not practicing properly. So no amount of certificates can help you out, my dear. Let me be blank with you, bland with you. Obviously, ExcelR is a very reputed company, very reputed organization, and our certificates add a lot of weight. We have tie-ups with some of the best in the industry. Studying with us, you will get a lot of chance to get good interview options and all. We will help you through a lot of things, but at the end of the day, it will also depend on you. Okay. सुमित, मैं अभी तक हिंदी में भी बोला था. आपको कोई दिक्कत है तो you can type it down. Prachi, you use indentation whenever there's any sub block of code. Yes, if else is one of the conditions. We will use also like in for loop, while loop, etc. If you're logging out of 1K participants, please, you can join in through YouTube. Vivek, where I am from, that hardly matters. I'm teaching you from India. And I think that will be a very good thing to know. Yeah. A less than equals to 9. Thank you, Charan. Shakshi, what is the problem? I'm getting giving A less than and greater than 10. Why? Sakshi, please check your code. I think you have just typed in something less there. Okay. Just check your code. Sanjana, why would you like to see me? What sort of request is this? Please concentrate on the class. Sweetie, I'm not getting class when I type A. Sweetie, where have you typed inside the program? Can you please share your code with me? Then I will understand what's going wrong. Hayat, Python app on mobiles will do. I have never tried it. If you have, you can please do it, and you can also let me know. That would be great. Okay, Vanakuru has a good question. How is memory managed in Python? Very good question, Vanakuru. What I will do towards the end of the session today, I will take a 5 minutes to actually discuss this. Okay, thank you. Bhavya is suggesting PyDroid is very user friendly. Sheikh Mukhmedin, I'm trying to answer your questions, friends, all of yours. But it's coming boom, boom, boom. Just give me some time, sir. Should we give space of one line while using it? Sheikh, not needed actually. But if you do, it's not a bad idea. Yeah, Nishant, in Python, there's a PVM, Python virtual machine. That's the basis of Python. That's how Python maintains portability. And the code you written in the compiler. What compiler, Satya, you want to compile me under? Saurav Nishad asks me why indentation rule is applicable on the last line. Why not, Saurav? It's applicable wherever you have a sub block of code, it's applicable. Okay, that is why. Deepak, we will come to user inputs. So don't worry, we will come to user inputs. Okay, let's resume. I hope you had a good break. I've taken as many questions as I can. Okay. Right. Right, let's move on now. So I hope you enjoyed writing down your first code. Okay, this was the first proper piece of code that you have done. So it's like the first mile that you have traveled, lots of miles to go, lots of things to discuss. So please get into the mode of programming and you will love it. Okay, so I will ask you a few quick questions now. Okay, so look at this question 1 over here. Can you see my screen? Question number 1. What do you think will be the correct answer? Which is the correct option? Okay, some of you say option A, some of you say none. Yes, yes, yes. Okay. A. Lot of you are saying A. Yes, Python is case sensitive. Good. Sahi baat hai. Python is case sensitive. That is one of the rules we had understood. Ki Python case sensitive hai. We had also seen in the last class what case sensitivity means. So A is the correct option. Now look at this. Question number 2. What is the maximum possible length of an identifier? Recollect the rules of grammar and you will understand what the question is asking. Okay, some of you are saying D. Some of you are saying A, C, option D, probably A. Okay, right. So first rule is Python identifier can be of any length, right? So neither it is 31 characters, nor 63 characters, nor 79 characters. D is the correct option. Okay. Next, question 3. Question 3, which of the following is invalid? Look at the options properly. Take a minute, look at all the 4 options correctly, and then answer right with 3 dot A or 3 dot B, 3 dot C or 3 dot B. Answer like that, please. Don't rush, don't rush. Look at the problem properly. Go through the rules of grammar again. I have discussed it just some time back. Okay, so 3D D C D। देखिए एक रूल जो हम डिस्कस किए थे कि अगर ये अंडरस्कोर से शुरू होती है तो इट इज अ प्राइवेट वेरिएबल। अगर 2 अंडरस्कोर्स से शुरू होती है तो ये स्ट्रांगली प्राइवेट है। अगर 2 अंडरस्कोर से शुरू होती है और 2 अंडरस्कोर से खत्म होती है, अंत होती है, तो ये एक स्पेशल नेम है। तो ये तीनों के तीन ही वैलिड है। So what had we said? If a variable, if a identifier starts with a single underscore, it is a private variable. If it starts with 2 leading underscores, it's a strongly private variable. If it starts with 2, ends with 2 underscores, it's a special name. So all the 3 are valid. So option D is the correct answer. None of the mentioned. Okay, now we will go a bit more tough. I want you to look at question number 8 and tell me which of the following, as per you, will be an invalid statement. Which of the following? Look at the question properly. Question 8. So tell me quickly, do you think a comma can be allowed? Okay, let's do this, friends. Just type out all these 4 options in your screen and see what is the output. Observe them. A, B, C, D. Observe the output of all the 3. First, type out A, B, C equals to so and so. Press enter. In your idle shell or in your main ID, wherever you're running, type this out. Run it and understand what's going on. So I encourage you to develop this habit of working with MCQs. B, okay. Right, those of you who say B, you are correct. Now let's look at what happens if we do A, comma, B, comma, C. Okay. So see, you will understand the beauty of Python here. A, comma, B, comma, C equals to 10, comma, 20, comma, 30. Let's say 30. So it works. What has happened is, you will see, it has assigned each value to each of these. So 10 it has assigned to identifier A, to B it has assigned 20, to C it has assigned 30. So this is one way, one quick shot in which you can do multiple assignments. Instead of doing A equals to 10, B equals to 20, C equals to 30. Remember, Python is all about simplicity. So this is what it has done. Okay. B, why is B false? Because why is B correct? Because Python doesn't allow any white spaces. It allows an underscore. It doesn't allow white space or any special characters like @ dollar, hash, etc. Okay. So that completes our simulants. So the more you practice MCQs, your concepts will be better. Go through those websites that have given, they also have a lot of MCQs which you can take up and learn. Okay, now quickly we will take up the next topic, which is Python data types. Any more questions for me on this topic? Only on this topic, till whatever we have read so far. Any topic? Yes, Sagar. Raj, leave it now, I will tell you. I don't know, Siddhacharan, where you got it. For loop, Sagar, we will come again. We haven't started with for loop. Doubles underscore at the start and end means it's a special name, or what we will see as like something called as a namespace. Okay, Shubham. Aditya, tuple I haven't gone till tuple till now. Nikhila, leave the else if condition now. We haven't gone to the if blocks and all. I just gave you a feel of it. Guru asks me, will you please explain the previous 9th condition? Ninth condition. Which 9th condition, Guru? Okay, 9th. Which of the following cannot be a variable? Guru, so this will come to you from the, basically it comes from the use of reserved characteristics, reserved keywords. Okay, in is a reserved keyword, so it will not be a variable name. IT isn't a reserved keyword. You can use it underscore init followed by 2 leading trailing underscores. That also works. And on also works because these are not reserved keywords. Okay. So that is why B will be the correct option in question number 9. Siddhi Rohan, you have mentioned that maximum possible length, but I can see that it is 79 characters. Where you have seen it, Siddhi Rohan? Can you tell me where you have seen maximum possible length is 79 characters? Can you share with me a link or a documentation which says so? 9th answer, as I say, Charan, it is B. B in is a reserved keyword. Okay, that's it for the moment now. Just unclutter your mind. We go to the next topic now quickly, which is the Python data types. So what is a data type? What does it mean? See, in our life, we deal with various sort of objects, right? So when I'm counting money, I'm dealing with numbers. When I'm calling somebody's name, I am dealing with strings. When I am faced with a dilemma of true or false, I am calling a Boolean. Or if I have a mixture of all these sort of data types, I call them as composite data types like list, tuples, set, dictionary. Okay, so data types means anything, the type of data that you are dealing with or that your identifier is storing. So broadly, we have numbers, string, boolean, list, tuple, set, dictionary. Okay, of which for us important will be numbers, string, boolean will come along with numbers. We will try to place it, list, tuples, and dictionary. Okay. Any variable which stores numeric values are numeric data types. Numbers basically. And when we deal with numbers, primarily we deal with two types of numbers. One is whole number or integers. One is floating point numbers or real numbers. Added to it, there's also a complex number or imaginary numbers, which is more for when we do advanced mathematics and things like that. It is more relevant for us. But in our day-to-day life, we primarily work with either a floating point numbers or a whole number. Now, I will ask you a quick question. Suppose I asked you to count oranges. What type of number would it be? Whether it's a whole number, integer, or a floating point number? Count oranges, integer. Okay, very good. Int, fantastic. Whole number. If I ask you to count, suppose the price of a pen, what would it be? If I ask you to write down the price of a pen, what type of number would it be? Floating point, good. Float, absolutely. Float, it may be int, but primarily to remove all confusion, we will say it is float. Okay. Similarly, salary of a person, what do you think? What type of number? Float, right. Double and all means it's just the capacity, but float primarily. Absolutely float. Good. Okay. So that is what we are trying to deal with. So primarily these sort of numbers, they are int, they are float and complex. We will concentrate only on int and float when we work with numbers right now. Now, coming back to our old solution, A10, B20. Now, what type of classes are they? Int. If I make B equals to 20.09, what type of class is it? Type B, it is a floating class. One more thing to understand is that numbers are immutable. Okay. Now, immutable means you cannot change it. A equals to 10, you cannot change it to A equals to 20. You cannot. Can I? Oops, I can. So was I lying? Was I telling you something wrong? What do you think? What happened? Okay, let's do something. You define a identifier with certain numbers, say A equals to 10 or A equals to 20, 30, whatever. Now you check the ID of A. Remember ID we had discussed in the first class, tells you the memory location of that object. After that, you update A equals to with some other number. And now check the ID. You will understand what has happened. Do this quickly. Do this exercise quickly. You will understand what is going on under the hood. क्या हो रहा है आपको समझ आएगा अगर आप ऐसे करो. आप पहले एक नंबर डिफाइन करो A equals to 10 मानो. ठीक है, मैं आपको एक दृष्टांत दे रहा हूं. इसके बाद आप चेक करो आईडी क्या है इसका. आईडी फंक्शन यूज करो आईडी ए, चेक करो क्या है. इसके उपरांत आप इसको अपडेट करो A equals to 30. फिर रन करो ये आईडी फंक्शन वाला आईडी ए, तब चेक करो ये मेमोरी लोकेशन क्या है अभी, फिर आपको पता चलेगा क्या हो रहा है। ठीक है, सो आई स्पोकन इन इंग्लिश एंड हिंदी बोथ फॉर यू। मुझे उम्मीद है कि मेरी हिंदी ठीक है, आपको समझ में आ रहा है। Both ID are different. Very good. It's changing the object pronoun. Correct, Vivek. सही बोले आप. Good, Nirala, Pratyusha. Good. Deepak, सही है. See, iPhone, I wish I could speak to you in Telugu. I'm sorry, I don't know Telugu, although I understand it a bit. Kuncham, kuncham. Okay. Kuncham, kuncham, vastundi. Okay, thank you, Karan, for that compliment. Brilliant Hindi. So what is ID? I mean ये memory location show करता है ना? हाँ भाई एकदम बिल्कुल, ये जो RAM है, अच्छा again we are going back to the day one, हम आपको ये बोले थे कि जो RAM है जहाँ पे सारे processing होती है उसकी memory location, ठीक है, for this object. Okay, Narendra says English. Okay sir, thank you Narendra. Okay, different. Ha, ID is different, right? So guys, what has happened? What has happened? You know, the initial object that was there, that was destroyed, it was deleted, and a new object was created. Understand, my friend? Somebody was asking me how Python handles memory management. This is how it does. You don't have to worry on these deletions and all. It automatically destroys these objects that are to be no longer used. So that is why Python is brilliant. Garbage collection and all, you don't have to worry. Yes, Gayatri, again we had discussed this last day. Why if A equals to 20, then A and B having same memory? We had defined if A equals to 20 and A equals to 20, why they have same memory, that also we had defined, because A, small a and capital A, they are just aliases. Okay, so we understood the concept of mutability and immutability. So numbers are immutables. Okay. Now here's a quick look at the data types that we will work with in numeric. Int, float, complex. Let me maximize my screen. देखिए int में we have things like positive numbers, negative numbers, octal, hexadecimals, etc., etc. These are floating point numbers with points with E18 formats. Okay, and then we have complex numbers. I hope all of you have done complex numbers in your class 11, 12 at least. Amankush, which laptop is best for coding? See, get a proper low budget. I don't know what is your budget, but at least with the latest configuration is what Intel. I think I will tell you what is mine. I think this is a good one. But you can ask me these questions actually towards the end, my dears. Otherwise, I will get stuck. Let's take these questions towards the end. Yeah, I will give you, as I said last class, 10 minutes to discuss other things as well. Yeah. Okay. So these are the basic data and numeric data types that we will work with. Now, when we have numbers, we need various functionalities to work with number, right? If I have a number, I also need to actually find the square root of the number. I need to find the cube root of a number. I need to find the minimum between three numbers or maximum between three numbers. Correct? I need to find the floor of a number. So Python gives you all these functionalities. You know how it gives you? It gives you in this way. Suppose मानो कि एक नंबर है x इक्वल्स टू -20, ठीक है। Now what is the absolute value of x? इसकी absolute value क्या है? 20, correct? Because absolute value means the positive value. So to do that, you have a function which is inbuilt with Python. It says abs x will give you 20. Now this, or suppose you have three numbers, say minimum of -10, 20 and 30. What is the minimum of these three numbers? -10. So there's an inbuilt function which is called min. It gives you the minimum of three numbers. Maximum of these three numbers, you can also find it in this way. Okay. So these are few inbuilt functions. Apart from that, there are functions which come as a part of a library or a module. So an important module which deals with mathematical functionalities in Python is called as math. Now we will cover math in more details later on, but for the moment, please understand that a module basically is like a library. Kya hai library? It's a piece of code that somebody has written for you and you just need to know how to use it. Okay. So what we will do, we will write a command now called import math. You can type along with me, please. Import math. Then you can say math dot. We will do something called as floor. So kya hai floor? Let me show it to you. 3.556. So what does floor function do is it finds the integer which is below 3.556. What is the lowest integer? It is 3. So when I use this dot, what I am saying, from this math module, there's a function called as floor. Please call that function and find out what is the floor value of this number. Like a floor and seal, these are pretty standard. Yeah, floor performs below integer, seal performs above integer. Correct, Nikhila? Sagar, import math means? Mohan Krishna, what is the meaning of import math? Yeah, import means, my friend, how do I explain to you? So suppose you use hash include in C programming, hash include math.h or var.h. Then you start using things like various functions. Okay, so वैसे ही है. Import math means I am saying bring all the functionality that the math library gives me into my programming area. Give me the power of math. I don't know how many of you watch those Avengers and all. I guess most of you are students and so quite younger to me. When we were children, we used to have a serial called He-Man. Okay, so this person was a prince and he had the magic sword. He would pull it out and say, by the power of Grayskull, I have the power. It's that power that is coming to you from the math function, math library. Now this math library is a code containing lots of different functionalities related to mathematics and scientific calculations. Somebody's done a lot of hard work on your behalf. Okay, and you're just using those very functions. So if you see here, if I do math dot and wait, तो बहुत सारे functions और आपको दिखेंगे. ऐसे square root 40. Okay, या जैसे कि मानो you want to find the sine of say 30 degree. Yes, so this is the meaning of math. So what I will do, dear friends, so here's quickly, there's a list of functions. You can go to your material that's been given to you. Obviously, I can't show you all of it. As we go ahead, I will show you few of them. But here's a list of the important mathematical functions that's there. Please read this out, research on your own. The more you read out, the more you research, the more you will be strong, your foundations will be strong. Any questions till this point? Yes, Saket, you can create a library. That's a good question, and we will create a few once we go forward. How to input SymPy? What's SymPy, my dear? Thank you, Yamin. Show me previous page of PPT. Rahul asks me, sir, can you find the mid value? Mid value, there's a way to find it. You can write your own program. I have never used VS Code, Mr. NS. Deepak, I think you're not asking SymPy, you're asking NumPy. Okay. Can you do some function in Google Colab? Okay, I will show in Google Colab. No, not like that. Low plus high plus by 2. There's some other way. Okay. Okay, Rahul is asking me, show me previous page of PPT. Okay, I'm just going back to the previous page. Please have a look, quick look. I give you a minute to go through this page. Then I will take up the next topic. Please let me know if you feel I'm going fast. अगर आपको लग रहा है कि मैं बहुत ज़्यादा फास्ट जा रहा हूँ तब बताइए मुझे. मैं कोशिश कर रहा हूँ. I'm trying to go slow, to maintain a slow speed. Saket, there's a way to host for everybody. You can update it to the cloud. Okay. Thank you, Sheikh, for saying that. It gives me a lot of confidence. Yeah, that's a good question, Aniket. Aniket asks me, sir, when you use math.square root 16, it gives you 4.0. Why don't it get? Okay, that's good. I will answer that, Aniket. Just hold on. Okay, Swati asks me to do in Google Colab. Okay, let me do it in Google Colab and answer them. Thank you, Saket. I am so happy that you are enjoying. Please love programming. Right, ठीक है स्वाति, आपको हम दिखाते हैं कि क्या होगा नेक्स्ट वन. ओके, अब मान लीजिए मुझे करनी है इंपोर्ट मैथ. तो ये हम बोलते हैं कि मैथ डॉट स्क्वायर रूट 16. तो इसका आंसर क्या है, उत्तर क्या है? So it shows me 4.0. So Aniket asks me, why is it 4.0? Aniket, by default, this function will return you a float value. Because see, the idea is that numbers can be int or float. So for the sake of safety, it gives you a float. ठीक है, ये सेफ्टी के चलते ये कर देता है. ये फंक्शन का फॉर्मेट ऐसे ही. तो इसको अगर आप इंट में आंसर चाहते हो तो आप इसको टाइप कास्ट कर दो. टाइप कास्ट मतलब क्या? एक सिमिलर टाइप्स ऑफ डेटा टाइप्स को आप कन्वर्ट करो और एक में, जैसे कि इंट और फ्लोट, दे डील विद नंबर्स। तो अगर फ्लोट है तो आप उसको इंट में भी यू कैन राइट इट डाउन, करेक्ट, वो इंट भी हो सकता है। तो यू कैन टाइपकास्ट इट इनटू इंट एंड देन रन इट। You see now this becomes float. Or if there's similarly a number like this, suppose int 10, then the answer will be a float. This is called as typecasting. Okay. Yes, Nikhila, it's possible. Shushmita, abs and FABs, do a bit of research on your own. Okay. Abs actually is an inbuilt function. FABs comes with math module. Default का float बसता दी sir. Correct. Float, it comes float, Anjani. How can we view definition of inbuilt function? Shiv Pratap Singh asks me. Shiv Pratap, there's a way to do it. When we cover these modules, packages, I will show you, but better don't please tamper with these things, okay? Okay, just a moment, please. In the meanwhile, practice this typecasting. Whatever I've showed you, please practice the typecasting. Quickly check it out on your own. Please check what I've told now. Just quickly try out this typecasting. I showed you 2 lines of code. You can try this as well. Math.pow, Aditi, is just power. I will show you math.pow. Math.pow 10, 2. It means power 10 raised to the power 2, which is 100. Similarly, you can also do like this. 10 double star 2 means 100 as well. Okay. Because the last line shows 100. Okay. This gives you an int. Int to char is possible, but char to int is not possible. Nikhila, I want you to please save this question. It's interesting. I will tell you once we do char. Aniket, how to find out cube roots or fourth root? Aniket, you can just check out the math library. They will offer you something. Otherwise, you can write your own code. Yes, Prachi, you can typecast complex numbers into real numbers. Okay. There's a dot real part also of a number. So you can do like this. Okay. Now let's go to the next topic. Sagar, negative and complex square root ये सब पे आप थोड़ा अपना पढ़ो. अगर if I have to start answering all these, no, I won't be able to finish, my friend. So please do a bit of reading on your own. We have quite a lot of things to go to. Okay, so please find out things on your own as well. Okay, so it's already nearly 9 o'clock and I haven't just even started. Okay. See, next is what we will see are something called as operators, mathematical operators. Now, broadly, the type of operators that we will deal in is called arithmetic operators, comparison operator, logical operators, assignment operators, bitwise operators, membership operators, and identity operators. Okay. So I will not tell you about all of these. I will just introduce you to these. But my expectation is you will try this out on your own once the class is done. Okay. So how do you find out what's the arithmetic operator? Plus, minus, multiplication, division. This is modular division. This is power or square, basically square. And this is float division. So plus you know what it does, minus you know, star you know, division you will know, percentage. Let's see what the percentage does quickly. So A, suppose 10 percentage 2. It says 0. That means there's no remainder. What if I did 10 percentage 3? So the remainder is 1. So it gives you the remainder of an operation. If I had done 10 float division 2, then it would have given me the quotient. 10 float division 3 would have given me the quotient. Okay. There are certain times where you need to actually determine whether a number is divisible, is an even or odd number. In those times, you need to use this modular divider. Okay. How you do it? Suppose I say if 10 percentage 2 equals to 0, I say print 10 is a even number. See indentation, else print 10 is a odd number. That means if I divide by the 10 by 2 and there's no remainder, that means it is perfectly divisible by 0 by 2, so it's an even number. Okay. So 10 is an even number. Okay, difference between slash and double star. See, this is easy, no? 10 divided by 2. So it's just a division. 10 slash 2 means 10 divided by 2. So it gives the output 5.0. If I had given 10 divided by 3, this is the output. So next comes comparison operators. Okay. So friends, we will extend the class by 15 minutes if it's okay with you. I will teach you for till 9:05 and then I will take all your questions. till 9:15. Thank you, all of you. You're wonderful. All of you are wonderful. Thank you so much. I like your energy. I like your passion, your interaction. Difference between single and double. Lehata asks me, single star means it's multiplication, Lehata. See, 3 into 2. And the other is 3 to the power 2. And if someone wants 3 to the power 3, 3 to the power 4. Got it? So that's the difference. Okay. Next, comparison operator. The first one that you see here means greater than. So you are comparing between two numbers. Greater than. The second arrow that you see here means lesser than. Okay. The third is greater than equal to. The fourth is lesser than equal to. Fifth is equal to. And sixth one is not equal to. Okay, so it's a test of true or false. Remember this. So if I say 3 greater than 2, it gives me true, which is a boolean. Okay, true. Yes, 3 is greater than 2. But given 3 less than 2, it would have returned me a false. If I'd asked is 3 equal to 2, it would have returned me a false as well. If I'd say 3 greater than equal to 3 greater than equal to 2, it would have returned me a true. Okay. Next comes logical operators and or not. So and or not. Now what does this mean? So has this sunken till here? Comparison operators, you're comparing two numbers. Okay. So the next one that we will now try to understand are the logical operators and or not. So when there are two conditions which you're clubbing together. So if I say if, suppose A equals to 10, B equals to 20, C equals to 5. So if I have to evaluate a condition, multiple conditions, say like this, if A is lesser than equal to B, one comparison, and A is greater than equal to C, then what? If these two conditions are met, only then print true. If not, that means otherwise or else, print false. So you see, let's analyze this, friends, together. If A less than equal to B, this is one comparison operator that we discussed right now. If this condition is true, A less than equal to B, and this condition is also true, okay, only then this block of code is true and you execute this statement, true. Otherwise, if either of these conditions are not true, means one of the condition is false, then you execute the next block of code, which is the else. So those of you who were asking me what's the difference between if and else, so here's the difference. Now see if I change this, suppose A, I make it as 2. Now what do you think? Which block of code will be executed? Look at my question properly. I changed the value of A to 2. Else block, very good. Last one, else block, correct. So if I bring it down here and execute, it says false. So this is the first logical operator. This is important. Next is OR. OR means, as the name suggests, either this is true or the other one is true. At least one of the statements are true, then true, else false. So now, see, although A is 2, so what happens since A is lesser than equal to B and it is also lesser than equal to C. So both the conditions are true now. Okay, let's do this condition that A less than equal to B or A greater than equal to C. So I will make A equals to, suppose, 25 now. So A equals to 25. Now what is B and what is C? So A is greater than, so first condition, is A less than or equal to B? It isn't. So this condition becomes false. Or what does it say? A greater than equal to C. Is A greater than equal to C? Absolutely. So one of the conditions are true. So the if block is executed. Okay. Otherwise, if both, suppose A was less than equal to B and A was also less than equal to C, then it would have executed, as I'd shown you here, it would have come into the false block. Okay. Yes. Right. So entire true. Correct, Guru. Yes. G Shabrish, I would like to assign values in output. I don't know what values you would like to assign in output. I'm not sure of the question. Pratik. Okay. Pratik, don't do that. So there's actually, as I say, these might use up memory like anything. Don't do such high value here. Remember, you're working on a laptop, not on a server. Okay, Pratik. Mohan, how to assign values in runtime? Mohan, we will see there's a function called as input. Okay. Right. So we haven't completed all the operators. So what I will request you, please, tomorrow when you come, why don't you come searching up for the rest of the operators, the assignment operators, the membership operator and the logical operator not. You can go through these bitwise operators if you have time, but these are not very important for us right now. So I'm not very worried even if you don't know them, but you need to know this assignment operators, the membership operators and the logical operators not. I'll finish with the not. If A not B. Sorry, how do we do? No. Okay. So here's the deal. I just need to check the syntax. Perhaps you forgot a comma. Invalid syntax. Okay, I will check it out. The syntax quickly. I'm messing up with the syntax. See, sometimes it's okay to forget things. I will be very honest with you. So what you can do at that time is quickly check out the, just search out, Google search. That's the best option. Can not in, okay, not in, right. I will save this for the next operator. Not. C equals to not A. Okay, A is true. This works with Boolean, I believe. So let's see this. A equals to true. C equals to not A. So what is C? It is false. It's just the not what we use in our electronics, that not logical operator basically. So it inverts it. So this works with Booleans. If A is true, then C is not A means C is basically false. So remember, the Boolean operators are Boolean true like this or Boolean false. Okay. So right, I have overshot my limit. If I had said I will stop at 9:05. So the rest of the time, it is an open session for you. You can please ask your questions. Yes. Thank you, Samsung. It's enough. I will stop it. Where can I find recordings of previous class? I think we, madam told it, right? What is Aniket asking? We are doing this maths operation by giving, so you can show code with the remains function. Yes, I told you, Aniket, I will show that. Deepthi asks me best Python book. Deepthi, I have never used a Python book. And we write, why chose 2 when 3 is not actually equal to 2? But 3 is greater than 2, no? So it's saying if 3 is either greater than or equal to 2. That's the meaning of it. Suggest me some apps. Swati, recordings of previous classes in your dashboard, what ma'am was saying. Saket, hold on. Jamila, best websites to practice Python. Okay, I have given you programmers. You can take up Hacker Rank, but these will a bit tough for you right now. Naman, I didn't suggest Anaconda as it is easier for whom? How do you say it's easier or it's tougher? On what basis? On what basis? Not really, Naman. Anaconda is a distribution. It's not easy to code and all. What are you using in Anaconda? Which one? You need to tell me the ID. Anaconda is just a distribution. Jupyter. Jupyter, as I say, Jupyter you can use, I have told already. Also, Jupyter may not be, it may not be relevant all the time. Spider, if you want to use Spider, you use it. Raj, why do we use if not statement? If not statement, what if not? If not, a not statement. Raj, which one? Nilima, Hacker Rank is coding, executing. Yes. Geek for Geeks, yes, you can. Have to sign up. Solo Learn app, Surendra, very good. Naman, why do we code? We code for a lot of reasons, Naman, to create an app, to be good with coding so that we can get a good job, to distract your mind when you're passing through a type of depression, lot of things. Hacker rank is useful. There's something also called as wait, I forgot the name. Code wars. Code wars is another one. Guys, don't worry about the IDs I'm using. If you know something which makes sense to you, please go ahead and use it. Rajesh, not comment. Yes, I will explain. Like, if else. No, Rajesh, no, Raj, there's no if not. It is if or if, elif or else if or else. Sanskar, how can we write only 330 translate rather? Okay, Sanskar, good question. Sanskar, round, okay? You can use the round function. Check it out, Sanskar, round function, okay? Use typedef in Python. Typedef, not sure what you which typedef you use. Is the C typedef? Are you saying of the one which you use in C? No, typedef keyword you don't have, Guru, over here. Shruti, absolutely fine if I've installed Python 3.10. Shiva, write if else into one line. Yes, there's a way. It's called list comprehension. I will come to it. Not operator once again. And Surendra asks me to give tips for good professional coding. Yes, I will give that before we. Okay, see, so who I forgot who asked me not. See, not means what? It's the reverse of a true condition or a false condition. So if something is false and something is not, false means what? True. So it's a Boolean. Okay, it's very simple to understand. If you remember your basic electronics, flip-flops, I think. If an input is true, the output is false. If the input is false, the output is true. Not gates, I think. There were some not gates also. Yes. You know why, Saket, this B equals to 0 and it prints not B? True? Yes. So I will come to this question while we do with the true and false again. Okay, somebody asked me that what are the tips for being a good programmer. First of all, go through programs as many as you can, understand the problem statement properly. Then close your eyes for a few minutes and decide in your mind what you're going to do. It's like cooking. Then write a bit of, take a paper and pen and write down. I will solve the first part like this, like this, like this. Don't try to solve the entire program. Break down into small pieces. Suppose I have to write a program which reads from a file and sends out a mail. My first idea will be how to read from the file. I will try all my efforts in reading from that file. Open the file, read from it, see if the file exists, close the file, print it out. Use debug as much as possible. Print out, wherever you're in doubt, print out. No, brackets are not mandatory for conditional statements, but it's good if you do it. How can I practice all coding languages in my phone, please? Amankush, I'm really not sure of that. To be very honest with you, I never had to do any coding on my phone. Right? So if anybody can help Amankush, he wants to know how to practice coding languages in his phone, you can reply to me and I will pass on the answer to Amankush. Thank you so much, Sakshi. I am really happy that you're enjoying it. Gayatri, I will suggest for interview preparation. I will suggest. Jay, why should I conduct a 10-minute session on types of errors and error handlings? We will definitely do more of it. Actually, there's an entire session on it. So why do you worry? Okay. Surendra says solo learn and Mimos apps. Thank you, Surendra. Amankush, you can make a note, solo learn and Mimos apps. Saket, where can we expect ourselves at the end of this course? Saket, I will tell you honestly, you will have a basic idea of programming in general and Python in particular. And from there, you have to go on building your knowledge by practicing, by these websites that I'm giving you, going through them. Okay, trying to do projects. I think ExcelR is going to give you projects. ExcelR's projects are very good. You will get a lot of project support also. Raj, in a Python interview, they will only ask you Python. Thank you, Satya. I am so happy to learn that you have found the class interesting. Surendra, I can't do that. I'm so sorry, my dear. But you can search me up on LinkedIn. Actually, some of you have done me, search me up on LinkedIn. Thank you, Raj. Nishant, I have no idea of Java. Okay, I will disappoint you if I answered that. Thank you, Naman. Thank you so much, friends. Before I sign off, please don't think that I'm being rude to you or harsh to you. Ask me your questions. Just please understand that even if I want you to teach you more and more things. Okay, so please don't feel I'm being rude to you. Surendra, there's no problem at all. No problem at all. Okay, Amankush had asked me this question. I will try to tell you my configuration. Thank you, Chavan. Control panel. Good night, Shaila. Good night. Okay, so I am using what am I using? I'm using an Intel i3. Okay, it's a Intel i3. So basically, it's a good enough, decent one. It helps me to run things like Python, even a bit of machine learning and all, data analytics. But I have 8 GB RAM. So even with 4 GB RAM, you can do it. So you can check out nowadays. I don't know what your budget is, Amankush. If I'd known, I would have been more helpful. Thank you, Deepthi. Thank you. I need Telegram link. I don't know. It's a Navya. धन्यवाद आपको नव्या. जुड़े रहिए ऐसे. Gayatri, if I make it fast, there are some people who will actually miss out. I know that we can go faster. So have patience. There are some people who may miss out. Yeah. Okay. Thank you there. Thank you, Charan. Thank you, Tejasvi. Thank you, Shushmita. Thank you, all of you. We meet again tomorrow. Yeah, great. Shubham says, did my first Python code, felt great. Absolutely. I'm also so happy. Thank you, Krish.
Thank you, everyone.
Good night. Yeah. Bye.